Corey here from Solenoid Studio, and today we're going to put the spotlight on a fantastic and affordable, unique library from Soundiron called Temple Drums. And it was recorded in a unique tunnel environment, which means it's wet, but the wetness isn't too muddy. It's kind of, it's a bit dry in its own sense, and it's got very good clarity. It's very clear sound, so it sounds great. And it works well with other libraries, and it's almost a perfect companion for Apocalypse Percussion Ensemble, another percussion library from Soundiron, which is also very fantastic. Now what we're going to look at is we've got the core instruments in this library all set to go. We've got your finger cymbal, we've got your clicks and clacks, we've got your toms, your bass drum, I think there's a few different bass drums. You've got your snare drum, your doombek, and a couple of other nifty little things in there that really round out the library and give it a good overall kind of punch. Now, the good thing about this library is first we'll have a look at the all ensemble patch. This is a great patch to just chuck in contact and go nuts because all of the instruments are there from right to left. And from on the right hand side you've got your higher pitched instruments, and then through the mids down to the lows you've got the more bass type instruments down the bottom there. So you can load up a patch and basically just do this. Now I think that's great. You can just chuck the patch in and get straight to work. Very ergonomic, sounds great straight out of the box. And that's good for making quick compositions, adding quick percussion parts to foreground or background. And also each of the instruments can be played individually if desired, which are mapped across the keyboard, which allows you to play melodies with bells like this. And you can even give the impression of having a whole bunch of different toms by playing certain drums mapped across the keyboard, and it sounds great. Now you can experiment and try this with all the other instruments mapped across the keyboard, and it sounds great. That's pretty much the core of the library. That's basically it. That's the approach for the library. It's very straightforward, very in your face. You've got all your instruments available there, and you can play them either pitched or unpitched. So you've got a nice controlled variety of sounds to pick from, which makes it easy to compose with because it's not complex and there's not too many options, but it gives you enough flexibility to be able to sort of mold the library to the way you want it to sound and what sort of track you want it to fit in. So whether it be orchestral or hybrid cinematic music or even rock, it fits very well. Now obviously being a Soundiron library, it wouldn't be a proper Soundiron library without some sound design. So we've also got some sound design sounds and ambiences in here which sound great as a background sound in tracks or even as little instruments in their own. Check it out. Now that's the core of the library. It's very basic, but even though it's basic and streamlined, it can be complex if you want it to be. You can get in there and muck around with the sounds. You can use the filter knob. You can change the attack and release settings. You've got your little effects section in each of the patches. Plus you've got a little jitter knob here, which kind of wavers the sound, sort of like a dynamics tremolo sort of thing. And it's very good. You can experiment with it and create your own sort of interesting sounds. So all in all, really top library, really good, obviously very affordable, very accessible. There's no reason not to pick it up in my opinion. It sounds great and it's very easy to use. Plus for the people who want to mess with it and who want to sort of get under the hood, they can mold the sounds the way they want it because there is some sound design content in there. So you'll find yourself coming up with all sorts of stuff. So yeah, definitely check it out. Very good library. temple drums. And I'll see you next time with another video. Check you later.